Manchester United terrify me, and a lot of people watching this will probably think, "Oh, you must be crazy. What do you mean United finished 15th last season?" But I'm genuinely terrified about Manchester United. Let's go back to last summer, and I think last summer United signed the likes of Leniero, Matthias De Ligt, they signed Ugarte, they signed Zagzi, they signed a lot of players, and I remember being genuinely concerned because they were signing really quality players. Now, whilst the season didn't pan out as a lot of United fans would have expected and football fans would have expected, I am still worried. Now, a lot of people or a lot of United fans I've seen talking about how they want Ruben Amorim out of their club and they're tired of him, he's not good enough. I actually disagree with that. I think that United don't exactly have the profile of players that Amorim needs to play his football, which is why he wanted to come at the end of the season, because he can get pre-season with the ones that can adapt to his system, and then he could get new players. If you think back to last season, although he came in and whatever, he only got one signing in, was Dogun. Players like Anthony, I think Sancho, I don't remember when Sancho left. I don't know if it was under Ten Hag or under Amorim, but I know Sancho also left. We had Rashford leave. In January, I know Anthony and Rashford left, and there were no replacements brought in for them. Only one player was brought in to assist this manager. And coming to this season now, United finished 15th. United didn't finish in Europe. United didn't finish in Champions League. And I think that this has been the hard reset United have needed to go to the next level. And I say this because the season before, Ten Hag was meant to get sacked. He won the, I think, FA Cup or Carabao Cup. I think FA Cup, in his first season, he won the Carabao Cup. He won the FA Cup and then he kept his job and everything was fine. United were back in Europe. And this season again, United were 15th or 16th that time. 16th, they were awful, had a horrible season and nearly entered Europe through the back door again by winning the Europa League. They nearly did it again. And I'm very happy that they didn't, because I always say I want to see the best teams play the best football and have the best players. And I think United needed a huge reality check, because they've been diving in head first down, like in a downward spiral over the years. And I think that a lot of the cracks have been papered over. I remember when Ronaldo left, and at the time, United fans were when Ronaldo left, some United fans supported him, some didn't, and Rashford papered over the cracks. Like a lot of the seasons, players have papered over the cracks. Now, last season, I don't think United were bad. And hear me out. I think United played very good. I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan, and I watched probably all the games against United. And I remember United playing better than Tottenham in those games, if I'm being honest. I think aside from the one where Kulusevski dominated, I think United played better than Spurs. Even in the cup one, when Spurs won, in the cup game when Spurs won, I think that in the cup game when Spurs won, it was due to United mistakes. It wasn't necessarily like Spurs were absolutely amazing and we played them off the park. No, it was never anything like that. It was that their players made mistakes and we capitalized on those mistakes, and then we made our mistakes. Foster nearly cost us the game and whatever, and we got away with it. In the game when we won 1-0 and Madison was throwing the darts to respond to, I think, Roy Keane, I think so, we also didn't play well. In the final, we also defended for 45 minutes. We also didn't play well. United had the chances. I think Højlund had one. I think Garnacho looked very lively. Ahmad looked very lively. Van Ven had the goal line clearance. Vicario had the late save and things like that. I think that the problem with United is that their attack wasn't good enough. And now this is how, or this is what I mean when I say I am terrified of United. I don't necessarily think that United had a defensive problem last season. Their problem has been that they've been unable to score goals. United, if anything, had a pretty decent defense. They had 54 goals conceded, which was 3 more than Aston Villa, who finished 6th last season. But in contrast to Aston Villa, they scored 44 goals and Villa scored 58 goals. That is about 14 goals more. That was the issue. Nottingham Forest, that everybody was saying, oh, Nottingham Forest had a very good defense. Nottingham Forest had a very good defense. Nottingham Forest conceded 46 goals last season. Only 10, no, not 10, 8 more than United. 8 more than United. Do you get 8 less than United, sorry. That's exactly what I'm saying. So United's problem has never really been defending, especially under Amorim. When you play 3 at the back, it has never been defending. And the reason why I'm worried is the players that they're bringing in. So now United are fixing the issue, and I don't think that they're going to be able to fix everything. I might be wrong. They might be able to get players out and rectify a lot of their problems. We've seen United, I think United have drastically improved in the transfer window. If you look at the signings that they've brought in, like, you can say what you want to say about like how much they've impacted the team, but these players have played well. They might not have suited the system completely. Zexi is a good player. Ugarte is a good player. Euro has been a good signing. Aiden Heaven has been a good signing. Chido Obi has been a good signing. Delete has been a good signing. A lot of the signings have actually been good, and that's the thing. A lot of the signings have been good, but the problem is they've been unable to score goals. And now they are bringing in the likes of Cunha. They're bringing in the likes of Mbuemo, and they're being linked to Sesko, which I think is a very bright front three. And aside from the players, the other terrifying thing about United is that United are not in Europe. And I think that next season, some teams are going to surprise a lot of people. And I'm saying it right now and right here. United is going to be one of the people that surprises people next season. And the reason is simple. Manchester United are not going to be in Europe. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, we don't have the legs in midfield and we don't have this. If you're able to rectify that, perfectly fine. You might even hit higher heights that I am thinking, right? But if you're not, these players are going to be playing 1 game a week. That's if they're not even going to win a cup as well. We've seen what teams have done with 1 game a week. The first season that Newcastle United finished in Champions League was because they had 1 game a week. This season, Newcastle that just passed, Newcastle also finished in the top 5 again because they had 1 game a week. And I feel like a lot of people are downplaying the advantage that Manchester United have. You're telling me that Mbuemo is going to be playing 1 game a week, Casemiro is going to be playing 1 game a week, Bruno Fernandes, Højlund, a lot of these players, they have the pressure, they have a lot of time on the training ground, and this is going to do the world of good for what's his name, Amorim's system going forward. And this is going to really help United develop as a team to build and to be more confident, for the fans to believe and the players to also believe in what they're trying to achieve at Manchester United. I genuinely am worried because these players that they brought in are no joke, and I feel like everybody should be worried about United. But you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. But I am genuinely terrified about United, and I'm saying this early now because I've been thinking it since when Spurs beat them in that final. Yes, I had my moment and I bantered everybody because I was getting a lot of arrogance from United fans, even though we had won 3 games in a row against them this season or last season, and they were still so arrogant and confident that they would beat us in that final, and it really did hurt my ego. But once again, my emotions are out of it, and I am an objective football fan, as I would always love to be. And you guys just let me know your thoughts, because I genuinely think that Manchester United could truly be back this season.